Good afternoon, I am Geoff Buys Cars, and last week I said that I was going to turn this Ford Transit into a usable day van, camper van, family outing van in just 3 days. So let's see how I've done. Roll some of the footage. Yeah, I know it's 10 days later. Just don't tell anyone. It was 3 days and a little bit. I'll show you how I've got on. I'm going to renovate this into a perfectly functioning day van in one video. None of this like 33 part messing around with funky fill, all the chat, lots of other stuff going on. I'm just going to do this camper van in this video. So we should probably start. Here, Geoff, don't forget to tell them about... Geoff, don't forget to tell them... Geoff, don't forget to tell them about... Don't forget to tell them about today's sponsor, UGREEN. I know people know that you don't often take on sponsorships, but this one is actually pretty cool. The UGREEN Nexode Retractable series is built for people who value convenience, speed, and a clutter-free setup. And that is me all over. Check this out. Basically, they are a charging system with the cable cleverly coiled inside. Look at that. That's so handy. That's a power bank, and it's on 65% because my wife used it the other day when she went and got nails done. And she's been charging her phone on it. But basically, when you're done with it, you just pull the cable like that, and it recoils, and that is magnetic. It's so neat and tidy for people like me that are generally quite messy. Here's one for your car. Look, same thing. Whee! Nice long cable. Pull that out, straight back in, and again, it's all magnetic. And this is brilliant as well. This even charges my computer. All you do is pull the cable out like that. Whee! Nice long cable, and then when you're done, reel it back in. Absolutely perfect for people who travel or who are not very organised like myself. These products have actually been brilliant whilst doing this build.
It charges a MacBook Pro M4 14-inch from 0% to 54% in 30 minutes, and I love the fact that there is a small power bank that can actually power my MacBook Pro. Normally I have to carry around a really large one with you, and the cables are tested for 25,000 retractions and 10,000 bends, so they ain't gonna break.
And like I said, I don't often take sponsors on this channel. I don't really like doing adverts, but I really like these products and can recommend them. The link is in the pinned comments and in the description. Do you like my rug? I like my rug. You'll see this later in the video.
It's a bit windy up here today, but it's a T350. I don't know what that means. However, I have been driving around for the last few hours and I really like it. It drives really well. It's got potential. Look, I'll zoom out and show you. Inside, someone's had a little go at turning this into a camper van, but they haven't exactly done it very well. So I'm just going to see if I can do this really quickly in a couple of days and knock it out in one video. I'm not going to show you all the ins and outs, but when it's finished, I'll explain exactly what I've done and how much it cost. Right, cut. Okay, the van's empty. Right, let me show you inside it. Someone's tried to make some funky L-shaped sofa thing. They've obviously seen something on Instagram and thought, oh yeah, I can make a pull-out bed. Not quite sure. Then there's this box here that looks like it's probably had dogs in, and you know how I feel about dogs. And then at the back here, they've got this like raised bed. So all of this needs to come out, and then I can have a look at what the walls are lined with, and all of that can come off. The ceiling can come down, the carpet can come out of there. Quick vacuum, new interior, job done. My plan is a very basic, very simple day van that anyone would use. I don't need it to be what we've done with our motorhome. I just need it to be functional and quite pretty and cheap. So far I've spent £200 on materials and tools, and most of that was a drill because I left mine in Bulgaria. Okay, a little later in the day, I am cheating a bit. Carl's popped along, van is empty, and a plan is already coming together. This is what was in that camper. This is your flat pack camper van, and I've never seen so many mismatched pieces of wood, mismatched screws. The whole thing was just an unbelievable mess. Never seen anything like it. But it's empty, completely empty, and we've realised the floors are okay, so we can use the floors. Not going to touch that lining bit. Not going to touch that lining bit. That's okay. We're basically about ready to start building the construction. Then over the coming days, when I've got the materials, I can line the walls. But first up, bed platform for the new layout of this van. This is a futon sofa bed that I bought on Facebook Marketplace earlier on for £20. So that's going sideways across the back of the van, and with just a few hastily cut beams, we have a bed platform already in that fits perfectly in the factory fitted rails. It's a thing of wonder. What a team. Genuinely, that has just happened because I've insulated, but it's gotten hot. And now I look like I'm a judge or barrister. Yeah, we're insulating. The boarding is in on that side, and it is now in on this side for a second level bunk bed, an optional second level bunk bed, which is quite exciting. What Carl's doing now is making inserts to go in these bits, which will allow us to mount a piece of board to it. Because when we deconstructed the van, and I'm not sure I filmed it, that piece there, what we're making out of one bracket, was just made out of multiple pieces of wood screwed together to get some form of a... Oh, you had it upside down?
I'm upside down.
Whereas if we do it this way, that's beautiful, Carl.
That's pretty good.
We can then screw to it. That's perfect. Right, now all we've got to do is make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of those. Cool. This video is actually sponsored by these guys, UGREEN, and that's really good because this is a little battery pack with a retractable cable, so I've got extra power, and I've had this with me all day because, as you know, my phone is rubbish, and this has got me out of a sticky spot. I'm now charging on it, and we're going to have some battery to finish off the rest of this build. It's day 1 and a 2 and the 3/4 half and 3/4. Let me show you where we're at. Local legend Carl has just helped with a really tricky bit. We're fully boarded out, and now we have a shelf for drills and accessories. No, that's actually weighing the thing down because we've made a little window sill. I've boarded everything this morning to an extremely low quality, but it meant I didn't have to go out and buy more material, which was cool because that would have involved leaving the children at home, and that's illegal. So I've done it the way I've done it. That's boarded. This is boarded. That's all ready for carpeting. We are now carpeting the front section, and then major progress. Also, what's really exciting, and this is really for the end of the build on day, these are my seat covers. Shh, morning. It's day 3. Everybody's still asleep. I'm doing the carpet. That goes, well, there actually. So I'll carpet the van, and I'll show you in a bit when it's done. Right. I've done the carpeting, but I don't like it. So I've cut that piece to go there. But I know this is meant to be a cheap van, you know, not like the other one, which is no compromise, but it's too dark. And if I do the whole van in that, it's just going to be really dark. So instead, I've just ordered 100 quid's worth of proper camper van 4-way stretch lining carpet in like an oatmeal colour. So we're going to use that instead. Here we are, finally, day 3 of the build. My carpet has arrived, so I'm going to carpet this van. It's 4:33 and it's raining a lot, and that's good because I can see where the van roof leaks and I can show you. At the back, I removed some lights off the top and there's holes, and now they're draining in water. So I'm going to fix those later on. And then as I walk down the van, you'll notice it's all carpeted now. Whee! It's looking way better, but I've got a leak here as well on this seam, but that's okay because eventually that's going to be a sunroof, but that's a story for another day. For now, I just need to stop it leaking. Carpeted this side, carpeted down there, carpeted over here, but I'm not going to film too much. I'll just carry on. Look, I'll just let you peek behind here, look. Yeah, done that look nice. Right, I'll carry on. Look at this now, look. That side, to be honest, you can't tell on the camera, but that side's beautifully carpeted all the way along, all carpeted and lined, wheel arches. To be honest, I quite enjoyed this job, but I got worse at it as the day went on because it does drag. Done all the side bits, look, and across the back, fix the leaks in the roof. Need to do these panels tomorrow. This is all done. Look at that, all in one piece. Nice one, Geoff. This is all done, all looking rather pretty. I put carpet on top of the runner as well, because, you know, just in case if the vans are rocking, I'll be honest, it's probably broken. Morning. I think it's the long awaited day 3. Let me show you where we find things on day 3. Still plenty of time to go. So yesterday I carpeted the whole van and it's looking rather lovely. I carried on into the night, and the bits that I did when it was dark, they're not so good, but generally pretty happy with that. So it's all carpeted. I'm going to do this section of the roof today, but I'm not going to go any further than probably that beam because I've got a leak that needs resolving and it's going to have a sunroof at some point. But I'm going to try and do the roof today. Done the doors. To be honest, the doors are my worst bit. Got to do the top bit. But, hey, at least they're done. And if I climb in the van and show you, because that's where I'm going to be. I'm not going to be out looking at it. I'm going to be inside. And if I take you inside, it's starting to feel quite nice in here now. I just got to finish off this bit here. All done. That wall is done. The rear door is done. It's not amazing, but it'll do. This side is done. So now it's time to start putting some furniture in. Come on. I'm loving this, actually. I've done the bed. The framework for the bed is in. That's one bed, though. There's meant to be a bed going above that, but I don't know whether I'll get that done today because I've got the materials. But that's cool. I'm about where I want to be. I dropped the screws about 500 times, but it's in and done. Shall I throw the futon on so you can see what it looks like? Morning. It's day 2.8, and I'm fitting beams across the roof, wooden ones, so that I can tongue and groove up to here to where the sunroof's going to go in. It's quite a lot that's taken place that I haven't filmed, but it'll all make sense when I edit this. Geoff, please tell me this makes sense now that you're editing it. Oh, I just fell over in my own van. Let me zoom out. Right, we're all insulated and ready for tongue and groove. I've never done tongue and groove before, but I've got my beautiful assistant to help me. You can help me now, dude?
No.
Come on, off YouTube. So if this video's worked out properly, you should have just watched a montage of this van coming together. Parked by quite a noisy road, actually, but let me show you what I did with the bonnet, because the bonnet was a bit of a problem area for me. I've wrapped it in wood. We have a wooden bonnet. Yes, I've got some problems and I need a new Ford badge, but we have a wooden bonnet on the front of my transit van. At the back, I've gone for a similar theme, as I'll show you, although that's where the quality of the grey paintwork really showed itself up, because with nothing but a bit of Fablon, I was able to pull off the grey paint. So I need to tidy that up, and I've got a bit of spray glue on there, but I'll show you the inside in a moment. So we've got some wood panelling on the back that matches the wooden bonnet. Nothing down this side. I haven't done any graphics or anything yet, but where the big changes have taken place is inside. Firstly, let me show you the cabin. All I've done in here is cleaned it and added some funky seat covers, although I've somehow managed to lose one of these. And these are quite cool because you can also use them like as a hat, which I definitely didn't do whilst I was building this van. But there we go, nice seat covers in the front to funk things up, and comfy shoes. Oh yeah, comfy shoes, because I'm an old man now. I need to get a stereo in there as well. We do need a stereo, but it's basically a lot better than it was. Now in the back, and I'm quite proud of the back of my van. Oh yeah, let me talk you through it. We have a genuine cowhide rug. Now there's a lot of work that's gone on here. You probably saw in the montage, we've put new boards in the back. Everything has been insulated. We've then added that upper rail, which is for a second bunk. We've got a bed there, which is a futon that I found on Marketplace. Once everything was boarded, I have then carpeted all of it. Not very well, granted. It's black at the top for the storage area. Everything is carpeted, and I think it's all looking really rather nice. You do have to take off your shoes before you come in. I'll just wipe my shoes on my shorts and then I can show you everything else. So yeah, the cowhide was off Facebook Marketplace. I'm powering my lights just off my little power pack because that works, and this section of the roof hasn't been done yet. I'm checking that I've managed to sort the leak out here because there was a leak, but also I'm quite serious about putting in a sunroof. So I've only done the roof up to this point, and the carpet was an offcut that I had that was spare. These bits, these edging bits, were all spare off the camper van. I've done a bit of black spray paint up there just to smarten everything up. And then this section here, well, this pulls out like that to reveal a rear storage area that is linode. So you've got effectively a huge boot, and that just pushes in place at the moment. But I will find a better way of securing that. Although it does kind of work. Sorry about that. Futon, as I said, was, oh, hello. That's wet. That's not good. I think there's a leaky door seal. I think that's exactly what's going on here. I've got a leaky door seal, so I need to buy a new. Oh, what a shame. On the video as well. If I pull that forward for now, in fact, I'll fold it over. I can show you the construction. That's basically just the futon that I used. I need to buy a new rear door seal because it's the rear upper seal that has failed. That's massively frustrating. Didn't realise that, but never mind. At the top, I've just done some edging bits, and you know, I genuinely haven't done the best job in the world, but from a distance, it actually looks pretty cool, and the lights are really nice. Why is this one not working? There you go. That's working now. Beautiful. So all my lights are working. I say carpeted all the way through, and this door's carpeted as well. That was absolutely horrible to do. If you are a trimmer, let me know. Is there a trick to doing a sliding door? Yeah, it's not the world's best job, but it's so much nicer in here than it was. I do really rather like it. And then at the back, I did try to do these in aluminium, but I ended up making like the world's most sharpest foot destroying point there. This is just plastic. Whereas when I did it in aluminium, I thought, well, that's an accident waiting to happen. One of the kids is going to rip their foot apart on my amazing aluminium. And yeah, that should be stuck down. Put carpet on the top there. So another rail will go on there. There'll be a second bunk bed. As I say, it's just a day van, really. We've got the main camper van. I'm really annoyed about that leak. I wish I'd spotted that earlier on. Never mind. Let me go and open the back doors and I will show you what it looks like from there. As I say, we've got a little windowsill section here. It's quite versatile. It means that you could mount a table or something to that. That would be very easy. And I just wanted the van to remain open and usable. I can still use it as a van if I want to. It's very warm in here due to the copious amounts of wool insulation. And generally, pretty happy with the way all of that's come out. I like that a lot. I need to order some Ford Transit seals off of eBay. Thankfully it's a Transit, so parts are widely available. It's that seal at the top that's gone. And this is the back. I did use, oh yeah, look, you can see here as well. It's all wet. That is really quite wet, but we did have a lot of rain. Yes, that's annoying. So, look what I just found. Excellent. I knew I hadn't lost it. Much better look. Right, let's get this on, and then that completes the look, doesn't it? Now I've got 3 headrests on my beautiful seat. So there we go. That is my 3-day motorhome camper van build that took 10 days and isn't finished. I hope you like it. Oh, that's not going to help, is it? I've just seen that there's a bit of trimming there that needs to be done. So yeah, as I said, ongoing project, still lots of bits to do, but the basics of it have been finished and I'm generally pretty happy with how it's all turned out. I think I've done quite a nice job actually. Yeah, very pleased with my little motorhome. Cool, I hope you're inspired, or you think I'm an idiot. Either way, thank you very much for watching.